Alrighty then, so this is right back to game number 6 between TheViper and TaToH. Also, we just had a bunch of people come in. Hello, people who are coming back or just tuning in. This is game number 6 between TheViper and TaToH. Masters of Arena 5 Grand Finals. Okay, I missed all the action. Feels bad, man. Currently, TheViper is up 3-2 against his opponent TaToH. And now we are in game number 6 with both civilizations picked by TaToH. So spawning here in the north of the map as the yellow Celts is TheViper. And his opponent as the blue Malians in the south of the map is TaToH. So as I mentioned briefly just there, because TaToH lost game number 5, he gets to pick both civilizations for game number 6, and then they'll switch for game number 7. So TaToH picked himself to play Malians and Viper to play Celts for game number 6, and then for game number 7, it will be Viper as Celts and TaToH as Malians, if that makes sense. But let's take a look at this map here. Got a back gold for Viper, back stone, but kind of exposed, but still pretty good stone. No other resources in the back, but he does have plenty of room. But Celts are stronger. Well, they're going to have to play both sides of this matchup, so to say. So I don't think you'd actually want to give yourself, like, a super bad matchup disadvantage. I think if you're in TaToH's position, you'd actually want to give yourself a reasonably even matchup. Just because you know that you're going to have to play the opposite. Like, if TaToH gave himself Goths and Viper Mayans, then he'll have to do the opposite in the next game. Or, you know, an equally bad matchup. I think that this decision is fine for TaToH. And if you look at TaToH's map, kind of exposed gold, but not the worst. Forward second stone, but he has a back primary stone. And he has a tertiary gold way in the corner of the map here. But both of his secondary golds are forward, as well as the secondary stone, so not the greatest map if you are TaToH. But it's not like Viper's is that great himself. He does have both golds and a secondary stone forward. So yeah, I'd say pretty even, you know, middling maps for both players. As I got this in the next game, Viper chooses all the civs, they don't change each other. Oh, really? I mean, I only read what the description said, so that would... I don't know. I feel like if they flipped the civilizations, it would be more fair. Otherwise, you'd just try to give yourself a huge civ win. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Regardless, this particular matchup is fairly even, I think. Viper doing a nice job luring all the deer. Just doing normal stuff. I don't think we'll be seeing a trush from either player. Yeah, no trush from either player. Both players also being able to lure all their deer, no problem. So we'll see who is the first player to click up to the feudal age. Well, TaToH's doing a very fast mining camp, interestingly enough. And TaToH did pick the Malians in game number 1, so he's definitely a fan of this civilization in Arena. How do you counter raiders? Well, I think the Celts have a pretty decent advantage in the late game, but I think early to mid-game Malians have a pretty good advantage because they have the much better monks, and they have the better... Well, I guess both have pretty good economy bonuses, but the Malians have a gold eco bonus as well as a wood eco bonus. But in the late game, I do think the Celts have the edge. But to deal with wood raiders, Malians do at least have the option for hand cannoneers and bombard cannons. Of course, with that said, I do think the Celts are stronger, but I don't think it's like, you know... Malians have gunpowder, and they also have very good cavalry, whereas the Celts do not. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll see why TaToH decided to go for this civilization. Both players did, of course, go up on 25 population, which seems to be the new norm, as the new civilizations just have such strong eco bonuses that you're wanting to click up a villager sooner than in AOC, where I think it was much more common in AOC to see people click up on like 26 population as opposed to 25. So just trying to get up that one villager sooner. 3 villagers coming forward, likely for a market and blacksmith. Yep. And for the Viper, market blacksmith. Right on the wall, interestingly enough. I guess he might be trying to wall here. Not quite sure why he'd do that, but I don't know. Will TaToH have enough food to click up? He might have to buy. Because he sent a lot of people to gold early. Yeah, he's gonna have to buy some food, but... Viper actually selling 100 stone, interestingly enough, but he's gathering stone now. So Viper's been doing this. Viper's been doing this all series long, where he's been sending... Well, not all series, but he's done it several times throughout this series, where he sent 2 villagers to stone, and then he's, like, sold 100 stone to click up. And then he's just kind of gone for, like, 3 TCs and then a castle. And then Imperial Age. Oh, hold on. Epic anime battle. Looks like Viper is a little scared of TaToH. Looks like TaToH will win this one. But yeah, if I had to guess, it would be that Viper will be going for 2 town centers, and then a castle, and then Imperial. Maybe he'll skip the castle first, just so he can either get a 4th town center or maybe a siege workshop to defend if TaToH is doing something very aggressive. But that would be my guess. Meanwhile, on TaToH's part, he's got 4 villagers on gold. Yes, the Malians do have the free gold mining upgrade, but I still think his whole economic situation is much more geared towards going for a boom. So I think we'll likely see a boom versus boom situation. And I think, as Opera indicated in chat earlier, I'm not really sure why you would want to do that if you are going into this saying, I want to play as the Malians versus the Celts. Because if you're just going to like go for a straight boom war, then shouldn't Celts have the edge in the late game? And we're going to see town center and another town center. Yeah. Wow. Wow, this is interesting for Viper. 3 town centers right away. 3 extra town centers. So he'll go up to 4 town centers super quickly. That explains why he was able to just mine stone, sell 100 stone to get to the next stage. So yeah, this is a very interesting strategy from the Viper, just going super greedy. Obviously, the Celts have the faster wood income, so they're able to do this. But Viper's economy is going to get huge really quickly. Meanwhile, we have TaToH doing something completely normal. Going for monastery, additional town centers. Obviously, the Malians have the cheaper wood cost on the buildings. So this is certainly a good strategy for them. But if you guys remember back to Game 1, if any of you were around then, I was talking about this, where TaToH's just going for something completely standard. Yes, it's very strong, because TaToH is, you know, a good player, and the Malians are a civ that is well adapted to this, and his map's, you know, alright for doing this as well. But Viper's just kind of one-upping him. Viper's saying, yeah, go ahead, take the relics, but I'm just gonna go on 4 town centers the second I hit the castle age. Celts 3 plus 3 TC is pretty standard nowadays because of fast wood collecting. Well, I don't doubt you, Opera, but I've never seen it before. But I guess, you know, there's only so much Celts Arena you can watch, as someone who doesn't play Arena much. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting strategy, and I like it a lot more than what TaToH's doing. Because TaToH's just kind of doing the, you know, the middle-of-the-road strats. You know, if you could compare TaToH's strategy to a Super Smash Bros. Character, TaToH's would be Mario. Just kind of like, it's fine. It's a solid strategy. But it's not, like, it's not a tournament-winning strategy. Meanwhile, Viper is, I don't know, it's like Fox or something. That analogy didn't have the sort of longevity that I would have liked. But regardless, villager count 1 ahead for Viper. It will climb ahead as this game goes on. The Viper's just fine. You know, getting huge food eco. So is TaToH, but Viper will have the sort of longer TC production. And allow not only 3 TC, but make a lot of farms because of the bigger wood income. Well, yeah, I mean, both players have very good wood eco bonuses, but the Celt wood eco bonus is just kind of the best. And of course, what Viper does sacrifice in doing this is relics. TaToH will be grabbing all 5 relics. And it's not like Viper has the greatest map in the world. Like we said in the beginning, Viper's map is okay, but it's not amazing. Both of his secondary golds are forward, and he has no tertiary gold in his back. So this main gold of Viper's is going to be the only main gold he will have access to in his own base. And if you guys remember game number 3, I think it was, when Viper was Slavs versus the Malay of TaToH, Viper did kind of something similar, where he went for super heavy boom play, but then he didn't have any gold because TaToH had a faster Imperial and just kind of smashed his face in with gold units. And right now, Viper has nothing to defend. Does he just... Wait, hold on. Does Viper have no idea? Because TaToH killed the scout of the Viper. He has no idea that this ram is coming. Until right now. He had no idea that TaToH had a forward siege workshop until right now, because he just had no vision. And Viper has nothing to defend against this. Right now he's throwing down a barracks, but that's not really what you want. He has nowhere near enough stone for a castle. I'd throw down a siege workshop pretty quick if I'm Viper. Though, of course, TaToH's 1 step ahead, and he already has Redemption. Getting all the relics. And has Viper been too greedy this game? Getting a second barracks as well, now making Spearmen. We'll see if this pays off for him. And it's not like Viper has, like, an obscenely huge economy lead. He's only 8 villagers ahead. And then, of course, you have to give TaToH the bonus of the 5 relics as well. Yeah, TaToH's in! The Rams, of course, won't be too effective at taking down these town centers right away, but he will start working away at this blacksmith and market, and now that the mangonel is in... No, TaToH, no! TaToH! What did that monk do to you? Town Watch coming in maybe a little late for Viper? Maybe. Yes. Oh, Viper pointing out the self-kill on the monk. Yeah, Viper now, TaToH now clicking to the Imperial Age. You are able to click to the Imperial Age faster if you are only on the 3 town centers as opposed to the 4. Just because you're spending all that less food on the extra villagers. Of course, Viper does have a 15 villager lead on his opponent. Again, we always have to be sort of tempering that with the fact that TaToH has all 5 relics. And right now, Viper, again, is just going for pure trash, scouts and pikemen. And this is, like, I don't know about you guys, but this is reminding me a lot of game number 3, where Viper goes for super heavy boom, and then only makes trash out of it because he doesn't have that much gold. But then the fact that TaToH can make gold units just kind of overruns Viper. So we'll see if these pikemen can be effective enough. And TaToH does have this outpost here, so he'll know when the pikemen are coming in, and looks like they're coming in. So what's TaToH's reaction going to be? Gonna try and pull back with these mangonels, trying to get some conversions in. Here come the scouts. Can they pick off any monks before getting converted? Nice attack round. Looks like they'll get one conversion off. Viper now deleting his walls. This castle will finish in the nick of time, though, at least to save one mangonel. And all of these archery engines are coming in. Crossbowman tech. Fletching on the way. Thumbring as well. You missed this whole series. It's not over yet, Belgium. It's not over by a long shot. Because TaToH's looking in a good position here, and it's only 3-2 in the best of 9. But welcome back. Hello to everyone who's just tuning in. Really excellent series so far between TaToH and Viper. I think this series is a lot closer than most people would expect, including myself. Like, I thought TaToH could get a couple wins off Viper, but he's definitely holding his own here. Trebuchet coming in for TaToH, and he's just going to start whacking away at these town centers in the front for Viper. He does not see the castle, so that's a bit unfortunate. But Viper is still a good few minutes away from the Imperial Age, and these Arbalests will laugh as they just destroy these pikemen. Viper going to want to be able to get a mangonel out swiftly. But yeah, I mean, again, Viper's villager lead doesn't mean that much when your opponent has all 5 relics, and it has all the map control. And there's one TC down. Okay, here comes the mangonel. Decent mangonel hit there for Viper, but I think TaToH should have good enough micro to clean up this mangonel without any further losses, and indeed he does. So good trade there for TaToH. More siege workshops coming in, rams as well. Unfortunately for TaToH, the Malians do not have access to Bracer, so that really does sort of limit the effectiveness of the Arbalests. But the thing is, Celts don't really have any great anti-Arbalest answers that aren't Siege, and as we've said many times this game, this is all the gold that that Viper gets. Once this gold runs out, he's got nothing. He's got no relics, he's got no map control. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. How is this a thing? What the hell? I must have missed this somehow, but Viper managed to sneak out with a ton of villagers and is gathering stone for free on the side of the map. Okay, so yeah, now TaToH does see this castle, and he will have the Treb advantage going into the Imperial Age. Viper just about to hit the Imperial Age, right there. But yeah, these rams are knocking away at these barracks. And Viper's army, just like game number 3, is just pure trash. He's going pure trash against gold units. This isn't a winning proposition, Viper. Gonna try to make something happen here, and that one mangonel did die, so we'll see how effective these skirmishers can be. I mean, they're Celt skirmishers. Now Gebetto's coming in for TaToH. Gebettos, of course, perform very well against all trash units. And now a castle trying to be made for Viper as this one falls as well. The Viper's just losing stuff left and right. Halb's coming in, and there's a ton of villagers building this castle, but there's already, going to be 4 rams attacking it. Well, that ram decided to attack a halberdier. This is so rough right here for Viper. TaToH, my boy. Gotta love TaToH, getting masonry and hoardings, just so his castles will do a lot better in the castle battles. Oh god, I love it. TaToH's Bay. Gotta love those building defense upgrades. TaToH just boomed in Castle Age and dropped forward ranges. Not quite. TaToH went for Monastery plus 3 Town Center.